Hey, what is shaking, homies? Today I'm going to show you how to dye some Delrin yo-yos. So my buddy Jeff Anderson sent me step-by-step directions on how to do this. I saw a bunch of really cool pictures of a bunch of yo-yos that he did, and I asked him how he did it, so he was nice enough to send me basically a step-by-step tutorial guide with pictures, videos, everything. So we're going to attempt to dye a Magic Yo-Yo T1 Captain. I believe this is Delrin, and also a Skater by YoYo and Rain City Skills. So super cool. I actually have two of these, so maybe we'll do two of these. And hopefully they turn out looking awesome. I'm going to be using just regular old Elmer's washable school glue to mask anything off. And we're going to be using Rit Dye More, and you're going to need a stainless steel pot. That's really all there is to it. This is about $5 at Walmart or really anywhere. I'll put an Amazon link if you want to pick it up online. But yeah, you're going to need the Rit Dye More. This is for polyester. Polyester being a plastic thread that it'll actually work on plastic materials like Delrin. So pretty cool. So let's take these yo-yos apart. I'll show you how we're going to prep everything and how we're going to make some cool designs on them, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so now what I did was I took my yo-yos apart and I put some just Elmer's school glue on them. And what I did here was I just drizzled it over the yo-yo like this. Okay, and both these yo-yos, the bearings are pretty crappy that are in them right now, so I don't really care if they get messed up, but you might want to put a bearing in here that you do not care about, like just a crappy bearing that you do not care about. Now if you wanted to make a cool design, you can make designs on it. I just opt for the, it's really easy to just do like the splash anno type thing, and we're good to go with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let it dry. I'm going to flip it over once it's dry and do the same thing to the other side. But yeah, really simple, splash anno, super easy way to go. So yeah, we're just going to give this a little bit. It'll take a little bit to dry. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to give the other sides a little splash too. And then we can get to dyeing this stuff. But yeah, so I just recommend putting a crappy bearing in it. Otherwise, just know you're gonna have to clean the bearing really good when you're done. Alright, so we'll let that dry and we'll be right back. Okay guys, it is basically dry enough. I hit it with a blow dryer. I waited like 10 minutes and then I got impatient and I just hit it with a blow dryer for a good 5 minutes and it worked good. So now I'm gonna flip them over and I'm gonna do a little like splash pattern to this side as well. Then I'm going to hit this with the blow dryer, and then we'll go from there. So again, I'm just going to go like this, make it all crazy looking, and that's good. Okay, then same thing. I'm just going to we'll probably let this set for a minute so it doesn't go all over the place when I hit it with the blow dryer. And say let it set for a minute, then I'll just lightly hit it with the blow dryer, and we'll go from there. And I got a second T1 Captain, so I'm actually gonna, this one's dry too, so I'm actually gonna do this to this side as well. Cool. And I'll be back, and then we'll get to doing this on the stove. Okay guys, so they are all dry, so I put them all back together. And now, yeah, we're just gonna put them in there. So you can either just use like some stainless steel tongs, take them in and out of the water, or you could even literally just tie a yo-yo string to it and use the string to dip them in and out of the water and stuff. So we're gonna go over there. I'm just gonna get that pot of water going, and you need to bring it warm, and you need to bring it to like a slight simmer, not quite a boil. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Okay, so let's go over there in the kitchen where you guys can see what I'm doing. We'll grab the dye, we'll grab these yo-yos, and let's see if this works. Okay guys, so I got this water starting to get hot, and notice it's starting to bubble down there on the bottom. Now I want it to bubble a little bit more than that, but I don't want it to get to a rolling boil. I got an infrared thermometer, so I'll be able to tell you guys how hot you want it. Right now it's at about 130, so we're gonna need it a little bit hotter than that. But once again, we are not boiling this, we are just getting the water a little warmer. So I'm going to wait till the water gets a little more bubbly. You'll see what I mean. My good buddy Jeff sent me a video of him doing it and what the water looked like when he was at that point. Okay, so we're going to let it keep heating up, and then once we get hot, we'll add the dye and we'll get started. Okay guys, notice now the bubbles are starting to come to the surface. Like, it's not boiling like crazy, but now those bubbles that were forming on the bottom of the pan are trying to come to the surface. At this, we are at about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. So I say this is the temperature we're going to want to maintain. So you're going to want to turn your oven down to like medium low then. Just whatever whatever your setting is, that'll kind of just maintain it there. And now we're gonna add the dye. So we're gonna be doing the blue on here. Okay, and I'm just gonna dump this in here. You know what, I don't think I need this whole container. I'm just gonna do half of this container. And then if it doesn't work, I'll just add more. But that looks really, really dark. I think that should be enough. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with one of my Magic Yo-Yo T1 captains. Now I'm gonna leave the bearing in here and everything. Just checking my temperature. Once again, we are still right about 150. So I'm gonna set a timer on my stove here for just 2 minutes. I don't really know how long this is gonna take, so it's gonna be trial and error. So at least I'm a sponsored player, so if I mess up a yo-yo, at least it was free, right? Okay, so I started my timer. I'm just gonna drop this in here and get in there. Okay. Now, you probably don't want to be using your hands like me, but I've burnt my hands so many times over the years that it's no big deal. It looks like it's already doing something. I'm not quite sure. Let me grab my tongs. Where are they? I don't know what I did with them, so I'm just going to keep using my hand. But it definitely looks like it is starting to take the color already, and it has not been long at all. So really cool. Hopefully this glue holds up. It looks like it is. Really neat. This is actually really cool. This seems to be working. Okay, we are still, I'm going to turn it down a little. We're a little bit climbing. It's going up a little. Trying to keep it right around that 150. Now once again, this is me just trial and error. But it seems like this is the right temperature where it is working. It's doing something. Really cool. Okay, so at 30 more seconds, we'll be at 2 minutes. And then I can decide if I want to go an additional farther. But, oh man, it's coming out really cool already. Really liking how it's coming out already. Sorry, just washing this dye off my hands, or off my gloves. Okay, that's my timer. Okay, so after 2 minutes, oops, we are about here. Now I'm actually going to leave it in for another, maybe, you know what, this one I'm going to take it out. But my other one I'm going to put in for 4 minutes. So this one I'm not going to show you the process. I'm just going to put it in here right now. And I'll come back in 4 minutes, guys. Okay, so I'll see you in 4 minutes. Okay, guys, I actually did 5 minutes. So in 4, 3, 2, 1, we are at 5 minutes on this guy. And this one turned out much darker. Look at this. So 2 minutes versus 5 minutes. So I have to clean these up still. But if you're going for more of like a pastel or like a marbled look, you're definitely going to want to do it for just a little bit amount of time. But if you really want it to soak in real good and really eat up the color, definitely do it for a little longer, like 5 minutes. So really, really cool. Almost turned more to like a purplish, but very, very cool. So I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to put my skater in. Now this one I'm going to do for 5 minutes as well. So I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, and we'll check that one out too. Okay, while I wait for the skater to finish, I'm going to go over to my sink here, and I'm going to get this glue off. I just got warm water, and you just need to rub it a little. You could even use a sponge if you wanted to. This sponge is actually disgusting, so don't mind that, but it's actually working. The sponge is actually working really good, so I'm going to keep using it. Oh my gosh, this turned out amazing! Okay, and there's that one. So it turned out freaking sick! Let's, the darker one, the one that went for 5 minutes. Let's clean this guy up. Oh man, this one looks awesome too. Heck yes. Yeah, baby. Okay, that looks amazing as well. So both these, I'm very happy how both these turned out. Man, I don't know which one I like better, the lighter or the darker. They're both very unique. Freaking sick, too. Oh my god, I'm so happy how these turned out. Super cool. I'll put a poll, let me know. You guys like the lighter one or the darker one? Freaking sick. Okay guys, it has been about 5 minutes and the skater hasn't, I mean it's definitely gotten a different shade and you can see where the glue came off, but it's still, you know, it's not that dark. It was started as a red, so it was already a dark color to begin with, so you're going to want to do this with a lighter color yo-yo. This is just what I already had, but you are going to want to do this, like, that's why it came out so good with the free or the off-string yo-yos, because they were white. Now I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll remove the glue. I'm sure it's still gonna look cool, but it's not gonna turn blue. It's gonna be like a shade between like some purplish reddish thing. So let's give it another minute or so, then we'll clean it up in the sink and we'll see what we got. Okay guys, so it ended up going for about 7 minutes now, and let's clean this up and see what we got. Okay, so it didn't turn blue, but I actually really actually like what happened here. Surprisingly, it's actually pretty neat. Okay, so it made kind of like, oh here, I still got a lot of glue on here I gotta get off. But yeah, it still dyed it, but it kind of made it more like a fade. And then where I had the glue actually looks really cool. You know what, I actually really like how this one turned out. Not exactly, well, not at all what I was going for, but I'm quite happy with it actually. So pretty cool. And this was actually fairly easy to do. So now I'm just gonna take all these yo-yos apart. I'm gonna clean the bearings really good. I'm gonna wipe everything. Look, it dyed the pad even, isn't that cool? So yeah, I'm just gonna wipe everything down. I'm gonna clean the bearings, dry everything off really good. I'm gonna put a little bit of lubricant on the threads so the axles don't rust and the hubs and all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna clean it off really good, dry it off really good, re-lube everything, re-clean everything, and then I'll come back, we'll make sure the yo-yos work. But so far, this looks like a success. Okay guys, I've tested all the yo-yos, and they all play completely identical to how they played before I went ahead and dyed them. So if you're worried about the dye messing up the play or performance of your yo-yo, I honestly would not be worried whatsoever. I haven't noticed a single difference at all. And I've tested all 3 yo-yos. And I love how these turned out, especially these white yo-yos. If you're going to do this, I recommend doing it to like a white yo-yo or a yellow yo-yo, some really light color to start off as your base. And I mean, I couldn't be more happy with this. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it is so cool. It looks awesome. Yeah, if you guys do make this and you put it on your Instagram, make sure to tag me. Tag me when you post it on your Instagram. Also tag Jeff Anderson. I'll put his Instagram right there. Because he's the one that showed me how to do this, and thank you, shout out to him for doing this. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. Please smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're almost at 100,000K, and then I can set new goals for myself. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out, party on, and all that good stuff.